Dennis, Bethany, thank you for joining us. Appreciate you.
Hello.
Hi, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for helping us get the giggles out before
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
We've been giggling for the last hour, and I look like I'm crying. I look like I just show up to interviews crying.
You'd usually do, though. That's the best part, is that she usually just comes in and just,
Oh,
oh
man.
God.
Sobbing.
Yeah.
Brandon looking like he has third-degree burns all over his cheeks.
Yeah.
No joke. We were talking for an hour
Yep.
before this.
But the jokes we were making were so elevated and intelligent. They were plays on words. They were really smart commentaries on culture.
Yes.
It's a shame we can't go back and record it, because what we were saying was just the smartest humor you've ever heard.
Yeah.
Yep.
We had a whole hour of stand-up, but we can never release. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That material will never
No.
be released.
And
I know a music producer or engineer named Scott, and he wanted to do he wanted to record an album and then delete it. He said I wanted to record a whole album and then just delete it.
Yeah.
Like
Well-
it was only there for one listen and then that's it.
Why do it then?
He's
I
crazy.
think we just did that without
we just-
recording.
I think we just
Yeah.
did that.
Yeah.
That was we
just
we
did
did a whole hour of stand up that I mean I think Chappelle would be proud of
It
it.
was a tight 60.
It was a tight
good.
60.
Yeah.
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 So the reason why you guys are here, I reached out to you guys because we were thrown through the wall with your TV show. Because this show is absolutely fucking fantastic. Excuse my
God.
French.
Thank you. No, it's
Thank
fine.
you.
That's I take that as high praise. Trust me.
Because what's wild about this, you guys released two episodes, and then the final two.
Yeah.
Was that always the plan like that, or was it just a happy accident?
I mean, we didn't really know. So when we were, the agreement was to produce 6 20-minute episodes for Screambox. And so that was always the plan. It was just these 20-minute episodes, 22 minutes. And we didn't ever really know what the distribution was going to look like. So it could have been all dropped at once. We were hoping more for an episodic drip, obviously, because then you keep people engaged for longer. But it wasn't until maybe a month before the show was set to be released that we found out it was going to be 2 episodes at a time. And I was psyched, because I was like, the episodes are short, and I felt like 20 minutes was going to be too little to give people, and 40 minutes is like a good solid amount.
Yeah, it was someone I would say very wisely.
Yeah.
She was like, we got to do two episodes a week. That seems to be the trend, and that's like they have metrics in the C-suite that are like, this is better than doing 1 episode a week.
Wait, yeah.
So that's what's funny is that's why you get the recaps.
Yeah.
Because it was supposed to be weekly, so we were like, well, these fucking recaps make no sense now.
I was going to ask that because I'm like, it's 20 minutes. I didn't forget what happened that quickly, but thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for the
Thank you
recaps.
for the recap, yeah.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, some people were like, I'm really grateful for those recaps, because maybe they were on their phone for like 1 second and be like, did I miss something?
I missed something. The episodes are dense.
But I appreciate the 2 episodes, because if I would have got one, I would have been like, all right, guys, I need next week to come like ASAP, because now I want to see what happens, because it felt
Yeah.
like every single episode was a cliffhanger to
Yep.
a cliffhanger
Yeah.
to a
Yep.
cliffhanger. And then it gets to the end of the actual season and you get tossed off a fucking cliff.
Uh-huh. Yeah, we had this crazy idea. First of all, thank you so much.
Yeah.
And thank you
Yeah.
for having us.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
Of course.
You guys are great. We sort of had this idea to be constantly building to episode 6. And that we knew that 6 is where the shit was just going to hit the fan. We were like, everything's going to happen in this episode. But in the middle of that, we wanted to give horror fans something to hang on to. So episode 3 sort of bridged that gap between, it's this quirky show that feels like Twin Peaks to no, this is bad.
Everything
And
is awful.
Everything is bad. And it's not going to go well for Tessa at all.
Yeah.
It's not cutesy and funny anymore.
Yeah.
This is bad. And so it was sort of like, I always like to say that episodes 1, 2, and 3 are like part 1, and then episodes 4, 5, and 6 are part 2, and it's like a completely different show. You know,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
4, 5, and 6 just feels like something completely different. And so, in a way, the 2 episodes a week thing sort of helped us
Yeah.
because it really got people to hang on. Because I
Mhm.
remember as we were doing it, I'm like, man, I hope we don't lose people in these first 2 episodes. But
Yeah.
turns out people loved the first 2 episodes.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, oh, great. Okay, cool.
Hell yeah.
cool.
Hope they don't hate 3 and 4, and then they
And then they
it was
liked
just-
it again.
We were in constant
Yeah.
torture for a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, it worked out nicely. We were glad for that.
The payoff at the end. Y'all should have been in the same room because Brandon shot me a hot text. He goes, "What the fuck?" And
At the end of the season, at the end of 6?
Yes. That the ending was like, so like you're watching the episode and you're halfway through it and you're like, okay, what is the payoff here? Is going to be
Right.
the ending. What is the
Right.
payoff going to be? Because you're excited for the ending because because that episode at the end is like jammed,
Yes.
packed.
Yes.
It's jammed with a lot of what is going on.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And you're catching like everything, like the entire story of the entire of every episode is there at the end. So you're like, all right, cool. What's going to be there? And then when you get to the end and you see everything that happens, you're like, what? What?
Yep.
Really?
And we could spoil. I mean, like we could totally spoil if we want to put a spoiler alert. If you haven't seen the show, go watch it. We
Yeah.
could totally talk spoilers if you want.
If you want
at this
to,
point.
we
Yeah,
can.
people
want
are going to
to, yeah.
binge it
We-
anyway. So like, we
The
could
f-
say who if
Yeah.
you hello everyone audience. If you haven't watched it, PSA from the showrunners, please go watch our show and then come back if you don't want spoilers.
Exclusively on
The-
Screambox right now, all 6 episodes.
right now.
All 6 episodes.
All
yeah.
6 episodes. It's a little over 2 hours, so it's
Yep.
just like watching a movie.
Yep,
It
and if-
won't take much
Yeah.
time.
If you're subscription fatigued, you could also buy it on Amazon and
YouTube.
iTunes. Yeah, and YouTube. Yeah, if you have a Primetime subscription, it's literally included with your Primetime subscription on YouTube.
Sweet.
So
Oh, there you go.
Better
Or you can
money
buy it
than
on YouTube.
buying a Blumhouse film.
You're in
I didn't
so
say
much
I didn't
trouble.
say that. That wasn't me.
Not
Anyway.
it. Not
So
it.
I'm
so
in.
spoilers.
let that go.
We could talk about whatever spoilers you want at this point. But
Right.
yeah, it was interesting because we had our writer Will Rogers, who is the Cliffhanger King. One of the first things that he wrote was the batteries.
Yeah.
And I just started weeping.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what a way to end this. Not with a jump scare, but with emotion and like honest, like real, if you were paying attention, you know exactly what's happening, emotion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And every time we get to that ending, one of us starts shedding a tear. It's
Yeah.
just it felt different, you know?
Yeah.
Felt really different, but and yeah, it's all this, like I said, it's this big crescendo to episode 6 where you get a lot of information, you get a lot of really cool kills.
Yeah.
You
Mhm.
get a really good degloving scene.
Oh, at the end, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. At the end, they definitely deserved it.
Yeah. So yeah, it was episode 6 is like the reward
Yeah.
for everyone, you know? It's like here's
Yeah.
what you were waiting for. you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As your show ended, I compared the last part, the batteries part, to Toy Story 3 when the toys are holding hands in the incinerator.
Yes.
Holy ham.
Yes.
That's
Dude.
awesome.
As it's
That's
getting ready to.
awesome.
Yep.
Because
Yep.
Oh,
I'm looking at the TV, I'm like, don't do it. Don't do it. I'm like, shit.
Yeah. They set the batteries down, and I was like,
I've only cried in 2 movies and now 1 TV show because of you guys.
Oh my God.
I
the
cry
tears started
every
It started a
time
little bit.
I watch Big Hero 6.
Yes,
At
Big
the
Hero
end-
6 is great. Yeah.
It destroys me
Yeah.
every single time. And I've watched another movie. I forget. I'm trying to think of it because I just bawled openly for like 45 minutes. But your show
Wow.
hit me directly in the heart.
Oh my gosh.
That's awesome.
That-
That's awesome.
Oh, that makes me really happy. Because one of the things that we really wanted to do was make people care enough to be sad or to be scared. And there's something really difficult about getting people invested in characters if you know that it's likely that they might get killed.
Yeah.
It's like, but in horror movies, you can't lose the connection to people, because that, at the end of the day, we wanted to tell a story, and you can't tell a story if you don't care about any of the characters, or if the characters aren't relatable or they're not likable. And we wanted Tessa to be flawed but lovable.
Yeah.
And we wanted every character in the show, no matter how large or small their role was, to have an arc. So, Tessa obviously has an arc. Freddie has an arc, but even like
Robert,
the man with the limp, he has an arc.
Yeah.
And this, spoiler alert, this creature in the walls has an arc. And we needed everyone to become invested in those stories. And so the fact that it elicited that level of emotion is very, I don't know, it's awesome.
When that twist came out, that it's not just in the woods, it's in the walls. The way she said that was like, what?
Yep. That was the line that we gave the actors doing the self-tape to. We wanted to see the turn.
Yeah.
And Maria is phenomenal. Fun fact about her, she's a cantor.
The one who played Betsy.
Yeah, she doesn't like horror. She hates blood.
Wow.
But she's got this Kathy Bates quality.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And as she's a professional singer, so she has this control of her voice that when she starts the season, she's up here, and then when she gets to that line, she drops
in register.
Oh yeah,
and she contorts her body, so she looks really small, in the beginning, and she's at the cane, and in her self-tape she did these shakes.
Yeah.
That we were like, oh, this woman is amazing.
Yeah.
And we immediately were like, there's our Betsy.
And then we find out she doesn't like horror, and she had to keep her eyes closed between takes during the VHS scene when we were filming for episode 6, because there's blood everywhere, and she's this sweet, like, lovely, wonderful Christian woman, and who she would sit with her eyes closed, and then we would okay, we gotta go, and she'd stand up and she would do it and sit back down and close her eyes.
And then we'd have Casey there sitting there with the pregnant belly with the knife sticking out, going, "Is my mark over here?" And knives just flying all over the place.
Sweet Maria.
And Maria's just like, I can't look at this.
Tell me when it's over. Tell me when it's
Yeah,
over.
tell me when this is over. When she's sitting down, I'm good.
Yep.
Exactly.
Such a champ.
And speaking of that, the VHS scene, almost all of our actors were stage performers, so we were able to block that. A lot of that, we have one unbroken take of that whole scene, which is crazy. Except for there's a hidden cut in it.
Yeah, but they did that full scene like 5 or 6 times.
We just kept rehearsing it. We kept
moving. Nice.
And they got it perfect. All the blocking and everything, they were so good.
Yeah.
Because you couldn't see them. We did have some areas taped off.
Yep.
So it was like, here's your mark, just like in a stage show.
Yeah.
There is 2 scenes in this show that fucked with me. The first one, I got to get this out because this has been marinating for the last week.
Okay.
Great.
Is the first episode when Tessa walks by the patio door, and the reason why
the creeping in,
the reason
it did
why
bother me a little bit.
That fucked with me because my TV is to the wall, and then if you look to the left is my patio door. So I watched it, and then I got up and I paused it, and I looked, and I saw the image on the TV, but I saw it outside. I almost walked over there and said, "You know what? These blinds. It's time for these blinds."
Yeah,
close them. Just close them. Keep them closed.
No. They're just staying there from now on.
They never open them again.
That scene, the saying is, if you write horror, write what scares you, right? Whatever scares me is scary. Yeah. So I have a really deep fear of people by windows. Salem's Lot, that whole scene in Salem's Lot when he's knocking on the window, it's terrible. I used to have when I was a kid, I used to have an overactive imagination and think there was a man with a face just looking in my window. It's a great
all
movie
the time.
Yep. I used to have to have my windows closed at night. I'd be so scared. There's a great movie called The City of the Living Dead. It's a Lucio Fulci movie. Great, right? Yeah. Okay. I got one down there. Brandon? No?
Yeah.
No? Okay. Yes. Okay. There's that scene when they're looking out the window and all of a sudden that face just appears.
Yep.
Unlit on. Oh man, that
Yeah.
fucked me up. So I was like, I want to do that. And then the final, like the sort of biggest inspiration for that is there's a scene in Invasion of the Body Snatchers, 1978,
Oh yeah.
where he's walking in the building and there's
Yep.
the Asian man that just like looks through the window, and he just, the way he does it is like, you kind of know, and that was the biggest inspiration for the vibe of Lowry, is that people are always watching.
Yeah.
And if you watch it, I mean, Justin, you told us you watched it 4 times, which is a thank you. That's amazing. But you'll catch things in every rewatch. So like in the library,
Yep.
if you're keen-eyed, you'll notice the men are all looking down, reading their books when Tessa's first talking. The second cut to Tessa, they're all looking up at
I noticed that yesterday.
I noticed that.
Noticed that
Yeah.
yesterday.
Yep.
That's why I try to rewatch all my stuff at least twice, maybe 3 times, because I want to make sure that there's nothing like hiding.
Well, and you're
Awesome.
like that.
You're
who
the
we
reason.
make-
That's who we made the show
because
for.
we put so many, because we're those kind of viewers too, and we want to pause and look and read, and so there's just stuff everywhere. When Tessa walks into the library, there's a missing poster in the background that, there's another missing poster in the bar that you only sort of see in the very fuzzy back.
There's a horse book.
There's a horse book. Yep.
Mhm.
So like we want that to be very rewatchable for people in a way that rewards them.
Yeah, it's very hard right now to make intentional television. You can make intentional movies because people are locked in a room and they know that you're locked in a room. But if you make a TV show, the expectation is to make a second screen show. So it's just for people to be on their phones, right? And we were very adamant because our budget was so generous that we even got a budget.
It was more than we
It
had.
was more than we had, so
Or
we're
loan.
grateful for
Yeah.
it, but it was low. So we had the freedom to say, well, then we're not going to do a second screen show because we had Final Cut, and they were like, fine.
Yeah, they were great about it.
And in a weird way, more people enjoyed it and are saying how awesome it was to finally get a show like this again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that we have to start believing in our audiences again. This was sort of proof to us. I mean, on a very small level,
Yeah.
we're not on Netflix. We're not on iTunes. We barely have, we don't even have a Rotten Tomatoes score.
Not yet.
But yeah. But it's proof. It's proof that if you listen to audiences, they'll watch your show.
Yeah.
They'll pay attention if you give them something to pay attention to.
Yeah.
And your show started at like 100 for me, like from the first episode to, and I just wanted this is the only instance in my life where I texted Brandon and I said, this is the time where we need all of the episodes. Because I was like, I want to know what happens today.
Yeah, dude.
I don't care what happens 3 weeks from now. I need to know what happens today, and I can finish my life today. That's how I ran your show,
right? Yeah. It's
Well,
torture.
One thing when we first started writing it with Will was I had heard on the TV show The Good Place, the comedy The Good Place.
Yeah.
I heard, I don't know if this is true or not, that their rule in the writer's room was that the end of every episode should be like the end of a season. So whatever like cliffhanger or big reveal is appropriate for the end of a season, that's going to be the end of one episode, so that the show keeps building on itself and is so big and keeps the audience guessing and like gives them so many rewards. And so we wanted the show to be like that, because it sucks when you see the thing coming and you have to wait 5 more episodes for that thing to
finally show
for everyone
up.
else to realize. Yeah.
Almost like a Marvel movie.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, we won't talk about Marvel here.
Yeah, but that I didn't have that with your show. Like the ending was a cliffhanger, and then it was like the next episode came, and then like because you dropped 2 a week, and that second episode came, and then that cliffhanger came, and it was like, all right, when's next week?
Yeah.
Next week.
Yeah.
Come on, next week.
Yeah.
It was almost like every 2 episodes was a season for us, because it felt like
Oh, that's
all right,
awesome.
this is an arc. Okay, here's an arc 2. Here's whatever this is, and then it goes
Yeah.
to the end. And the end felt like its own 2 seasons to us.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
So how was that
That's
for
so great.
you going back to having a week between episodes or between things? Like that's old school TV.
That's like
Oh yeah, that is that for something like this to not have the entire season like at our fingertips was it made things feel it I mean it made things feel normal again.
a
I would
teenager.
yeah.
Like
That's
yeah,
awesome.
that was the
Yeah.
feedback that we got from a bunch of people who said this is the first time I've been like theorizing about a show
Yeah.
in a long time. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
you did it with the X-Files, you would do it with all this, I'm trying to think of other shows. Murder She Wrote.
Murder
No.
She Wrote.
Yeah.
the last time I did it, and I'm about to show my age, so I'm going to apologize.
It's okay. I'm 75 years old.
I'm like 90.
The last time I was drawn into an episode was probably Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Oh wow, that's
wow.
dude, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
one was it? Which one was it?
The original Fresh Prince of Bel-Air,
Yeah,
right?
the first season
Yeah.
Okay.
when it
That's the
actually
original.
went in kind of like a story mode,
Yeah.
but they ditched that like season 3 or 4,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and then
Yeah.
it went off from me.
Yeah.
Or if I want to throw it back a little bit more, Full House. I was
Yes.
Yep.
fully into Full House. Like that
Yeah.
Yeah.
was that
Me
was my time zone basically. And then, but if you want to go a little bit before that, was Saved by the Bell.
Hell
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Yep.
Like
Yep.
Yeah. Every episode of Saved by the Bell, you're sitting there like, all right, when's the next one? Next one.
Yeah,
Next
totally.
one.
Uh-huh.
because they actually told a story, but their story was for a payoff at the end of the season where they
Yeah,
had
the season. Yeah.
30 some episodes you had to sit through.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But now we
Yeah.
have a show like yours, which is 6 episodes. We're not used to 6 episodes to tell an entire season worth, where Netflix has, 20 some, 30 some with Hulu and stuff like that.
Mhm.
I appreciate the 6 episodes because you have this big of a timeline to tell us in this much.
Yes.
And we don't
Yeah.
got to wait.
Yeah. And I think that if there were commercial breaks, our show would have been, that's pretty much the length of most syndicated shows that we would watch in like the 80s and 90s,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like 22 minutes, maybe 23
Yeah.
max, right? So we actually were within the lines of like a syndicated television show.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a very cool format to play with, because we really, I mean, William, like I said, William is amazing at cliffhangers. The man is a genius when it comes to cliffhangers. But it was also about us collaborating on the characters and making the characters feel very lived in, so you would want to follow them each week.
Yeah.
And like not lose interest in their stories and who they are. So
Yeah.
it was such a really wonderful format to play around with.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a good. When I was in high school, I had an English teacher who made us like write short stories, and then he would give us a word limit of like a really ridiculously small word limit, and we would have to keep slicing the story down more and more and more and more until you just got to like 25 words.
Mm-hmm.
What do you need to tell this story? And the story was always better when
Yeah.
you got to 25 words. And so I think that the bonus of this format of like you got to do 20 minutes was like we just had to cut out everything that didn't serve the story anymore.
Yep.
And we all
Yeah.
had to like kill a darling. We all had to kill. There were like jokes that we cut out. There were scenes that we cut out. And I think the story is better for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you wish you would have left in?
There are certain scenes that like I said, we had Final Cut, which was great.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean we were immune to notes. I mean, one of our producers, our supervising producer, Tony Wash, he's got like 20 years experience, right? So like we wouldn't ignore his notes if he had really good ones that we were like, that's a solid note. Like we should do that. And then Brad, who produced the VHS series, it's like you're gonna listen to people who've done things like that, right? If they have a note. Some were great and some we disagreed with, and we always got what we wanted in the end. But there were a couple of scenes for me as a director that I wish we just let breathe a little more.
Mhm.
But that's really it. I
Yeah.
feel like we got the show that we intended to make.
Yeah. And I think for me, one of the it was a joke, and it undercut ultimately in the editing room, it undercut the movement of the scene where
Which one was it?
it's the it's the part where I think it's episode, I don't even remember what episode it is, where we're listening to Amelia talk, and we're seeing Amelia in like slow motion put down like a baby bottle.
Episode 2.
Is it 2?
Mhm,
And a
yeah.
teddy bear in flashbacks, and then Tessa is putting together their kit of like a camera, a notebook, whatever.
Yep.
And at the end of that scene, Tessa was supposed to look at all the camera and the notebook and the VHS, and and they were just supposed to say, "This is all my phone," because these are all things that like your iPhone has all these things now.
Yeah.
But it undercut the sentimentality of what that ended up being, so we cut it out, rightly so. But I did love that, because it was just this moment of this Gen Zer being like, God, there's so much stuff I have to carry that is normally just my phone.
Yeah.
It wasn't necessary.
So where did this story actually come from? Because it is so well done that you guys just didn't wake up one day and be like, this is a great idea, let's do this. Like, where did this story come from?
Where did the story come from?
Well, originally it was called A Noise in the Attic. And we were presented, we have to take it back a little bit. So we made a short film called Lonely Hearts that got the attention of Tony Wash, the supervising producer, who was the programmer for Screambox. And we got into a show called Bloody Bites. Lonely Hearts got into Bloody Bites.
Yeah.
And he was pretty impressed with what we did. So he, at some point, Brad, Brandon, and Tony were like, we have to start doing we have to do an original series. So let's talk to the short filmmakers. Great idea. Tap new talent, like it was like a farm for them, right? So they tapped a bunch of people, and then we were tasked with a pitch. We did 3 pitches actually. So we pitched 3 different shows, but A Noise in the Attic was the one that resonated the most. And it was basically like, we moved up here to the Hudson Valley from New York City, Brooklyn and New York City collectively, and we would hear air sirens, and people were a little off. It was just weird.
Sometimes people just stare at you.
Yep. And I don't know why.
I don't know why we walk around in our goth boots.
Go to the post office with a camisole. What is it?
A parasol.
A parasol, yeah. And so there were like stone, there were stone chambers. We were like, this place is fucking weird, man. So I was like, well, let's do a fish out of water. Like, that was A Noise in the Attic, was a woman moves upstate, hears a noise in the attic, and uncovers the mystery of the town that she just moved into. That was the basic premise.
And we also, sorry to interrupt, we also knew that budgeting was going to be an issue, and we needed to keep it light and cheap. And one of the best ways to do that is to use audio, because then the audience is using their own imaginations, and that costs nothing.
Yeah.
So we knew that the story was going to really feature very heavily around listening, and which was great, because Will's background is podcasting, Dennis's background is music, my background is radio. So we all had this understanding of the power of just listening to things. And so A Noise in the Attic also was the one that leaned the most heavily on augmenting the story and any special effects with sound.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. So, and it just developed, and then we had the privilege, because the process was so slow, because this was their first, series. So there was a lot of red tape you have to go through. It's not just, Bloody Disgusting and Screambox. It's Cineverse. Cineverse is the parent company. It's a corporation. You got to wait a while for things to happen. So it was about a 3-year process of us just waiting. So we just said, let's make this the best story we can. And Bethany, Will, and myself would just write. We would just, he would send us a draft. We would be like, we're going to, we would rewrite certain things, send it back to him. He'd send it back to us. And it just ended up becoming a great thing. And I think that, again, is a testament to, if you want a really good show, you need time, and like, you should take your time in between seasons and really write a good show.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's tough now, because, you got to get it out fast.
Yeah.
But that's how it all developed, and William is great with lore and New England sort of folklore, folktale, like folk horror kind of
Yeah.
stuff. So he was
Okay.
the perfect fit for Lowry. I mean, absolutely perfect, and he just nailed that small town vibe.
Totally.
Yeah. And he would come back with scenes, and we're like, we can't. That's out of the budget.
We
Rewrite
can't shoot
it.
this,
you know?
but it's awesome.
Or we would rewrite it within budget to save time and be like, we got it.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
You know.
One of the things me and Brandon, we finally agree on something on this show.
Very, very rare.
It's very rare.
Was it us that brought you together, guys?
Yes,
Sometimes.
it was. But the one thing that we kept talking about was the actual acting in this. How
Oh,
did you
yeah,
guys
yeah.
cast this so perfectly to meet your story that is already perfect?
Thank you, Matthew Maisto. He was the casting director for Terrifier 3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He contacted us. We didn't have any connection with him. He said, "Hey, I was the casting director for 3. I want to jump on this. I want this job."
I can
and
help
we were
you
like,
guys, yeah.
"Okay." And so he came on board. Although I will say Katie was mine.
Katie,
our lead.
Katrin, who plays Tessa.
Katrin Nugent, who plays Tessa. They were mine. I met them years ago doing a student film, and they are magical on camera. I mean, natural delivery,
Luminous skin.
stunning to look at. Yeah, like not a bad angle on them.
No, and not a bad
Yeah.
take.
And
Nothing.
not a bad take. I
They
mean,
never
like
had a bad take.
just phenomenal. I mean, fun to be around.
Yeah.
We all became best friends. And Corey DeAnne Cowley, sorry, she was mine as well. The one who plays Ariel, the creature.
Yeah.
The one who plays the creature and did the special effects.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those two were mine.
Yep.
I said they're a given. We're not casting anyone else. We
Yep.
looked at some tapes.
No one came close.
But
Yeah.
but Corey there was no one who auditioned
No.
for Corey's part. Corey was the
Yeah.
only person who could do that part, and she's incredible.
Yeah.
The rest was Matthew Maisto, and except Tasso was mine too.
Tasso, the realtor.
The realtor. Yeah.
But yeah, one of the things that was really amazing, and I think anybody who has ever worked on a group project, when you find people who get what you're trying to do and are also good, and then all of a sudden you don't have to worry about being in a group project quite so much anymore. It's so rare, and it's such a magical thing. And we were so lucky that Matthew Maisto understood who we were trying to find to populate this world.
Mhm.
And he brought us these incredible actors. They're all non-union.
Mhm.
Like that was
Which is crazy
which
because
is
it feels like a union
nuts.
show.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
he just brought us this platter of talent, and we were so lucky, and it was, we never had to reissue any breakdowns or anything. We got
Damn.
the actors we needed right away.
Yeah, and Casey Hartnett
Nice.
from Terrifier 2, she just submitted.
Yeah.
And we were like, is that Casey Hartnett? We were like, oh yeah, no, you got the job. Don't worry about it. We're like,
Yeah.
you're in. Don't worry about it.
she was in Terrifier too?
Yeah.
Casey Hartnett,
Mhm.
our Amelia, who's
Amelia.
pregnant. Yeah, she's the one that got ripped apart in the bed.
Oh,
She had a
Assault.
bad, she had a bad day.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
You didn't know that?
No.
She
I
looks
knew that
totally
right
different.
away.
She looks totally different.
I was gonna say she doesn't look like the same person. Like,
Isn't it crazy?
She doesn't look the same, but I knew that was her
Mm-hmm.
just by I started looking up who was all in the show,
oh, so you cheated?
and then well after I looked at her, you could tell she looked familiar,
Yeah.
but you couldn't tell that it really was her.
She's one of those people who you change something on her face, you do her makeup slightly differently, and her whole face changes. It is
Yeah.
crazy. She's such a chameleon.
Yeah.
Whatever you add a little mascara and she looks completely different. Add
Yeah.
blush, totally different.
Yeah, on the VHS tapes, she looks like a young Winona Ryder.
Yeah.
She's luminescent.
Yeah.
And then we really wanted to show Amelia's decline, and so we told Casey, we were like, we're sorry, we got to make you look like shit.
We're gonna make you
in this."
ugly.
And she's such a pro. She was like, yeah, no, go ahead, do it. And she just when she's sitting in that chair and there's that slow zoom in on her and you see just how far she's
Sallow,
fallen,
yeah.
and she's starvated, crying. I'm like,
Yeah.
and that's good acting. But we were lucky. But Bethany and I also have a very keen eye for actors, and we refuse to just cast someone just to cast them.
Yeah.
You know, like you got it. There's got to be good acting in all of our
Yeah.
projects. I think that's one of our rules, and we knew immediately when we saw a tape.
Oh yeah, we were like
Yeah.
when Alex, who plays Freddy,
Oh,
uh,
amazing!
I watched 0 of his tape except for we had our Freddies read the scene with the frosted frosé, and you had to, you know, take the sip, take the pause, and then say, "That's delicious." And
Mhm.
his read, I was like, "That's our Freddy."
And the funny thing
Instantly.
is, we would be in different rooms, so I'm watching the tapes in the living room, and I go, "Oh my god, yo, Bethany, get in there! You got to see this guy. This is our Freddy. I found our Freddy. We got our Freddy." And she comes in, she goes, "That's him.
That's him.
him.
There he is.
That's it. That's it." And it was
got
like
him.
it was so immediate with everyone because everyone just blew
Yeah.
us away, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
The one shot where Tessa's running around the bend in the road covered in blood
Yes.
reminded
Oh, yeah.
me of Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Fuck
Yeah.
Bingo. So I love scenes in movies when there's just someone covered in blood and they're running from in the distance a little bit closer to the camera. That freaks me out.
Well, in daytime horror
Yeah.
too. I have such a love for daytime horror because nighttime horror, like if you're like me and you go to bed at 6:00 at night, you don't have to worry about it because you're asleep all night. Nothing's going to happen to you. But like I'm awake during the day. Daytime horror could happen to anybody.
Mhm.
That makes it worse.
Or a good home invasion film, too.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh.
And
Yep.
I hate. Oh, it's so scary.
Straw Dogs still
I
is my.
hate.
That's the OG.
It's tough.
That's where I was
OG.
going with it. I was
Yeah.
cooking it. I was going to say Straw Dogs.
Yep. Straw Dogs is the OG home invasion, man.
dude,
That
it's
is
tough.
like, whew,
And it's
I don't
that's
like it.
rough.
It's funny that you say that because me and my wife drove to Wawa last night at 3:00 in the morning
Why'd
Nice.
you go out at 3 a.m?
because we were hungry. Okay, somebody wanted Fruit Loops. We're not going to talk about Fruit
Okay.
Loops, but
Respect. I
Bethany,
love Fruit
some
Loops.
people don't go to bed like us at like
At
6:30 at night.
Respect, and I will. I love Fruit Loops, so that makes
so
sense.
we were driving down the strip to go to the Wawa, and there was somebody walking toward
No.
us.
oh, there you go.
And I
That's
look
it.
over
I'm done.
and I
Hell
go,
no.
"This is one of those times where we look over because all we watch is horror films, and they're just covered in blood." And I
Yep.
go,
Covered.
"Would you stop?" She goes, "Fuck no!" And she steps on the gas
Nope.
pedal and keeps on going.
Yep.
Like that
Yep.
is one
I
of those
would.
instances.
I
where-
wouldn't stop either. I would
Right,
just
you
keep
call-
going.
Yeah, you stop and then you call the officials to come and check
Yeah.
on that person. But like, oof.
Especially like if they're moving in a strange way, like you could tell there's some damage, like nerve damage,
Ugh.
or worse, like head trauma, and they're just sort of like running with their arms all fucked up. Like, oof,
Ugh.
it bothers me. You know where that comes from too? Oh wait, in the Mouth of Madness. Remember the kid on the bike?
Yes.
Yep.
You are hitting home runs for me because I'm just going, "Yep, classics, classics,
Homer,
classics."
Homer, yep.
How bad did that fuck you up? Like the first time you saw that?
Oh yeah. First time I saw it, it was like
I
Okay.
don't think I slept for 2 days.
Yeah.
everybody that rode a bike. I was like, stay away from me.
And
Put my head down and I was like, keep walking
but that's not.
fast as I can. Yeah, don't look. Don't look.
But the line
But it's
of
also like but it's also like in the beginning of that movie too, like where it's just they're sitting in the restaurant talking and there's just the window and
Yes.
you see the guy coming towards them. It's that same thing of just like
Mhm.
watching someone come towards you in the full daylight is just terrible.
Oh yeah.
do you read Sutter Kane?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hate
God, that
it.
movie rules.
We need to rewatch that movie.
rules.
I'm watching that movie this weekend.
Nice.
Saying.
Nice.
So one of the questions I had for you, Dennis, was what was it like directing and then being a part of it?
Oh, okay. Well, I have to credit Bethany for being my co-director. Directing this entire team was a joy, an absolute joy. They made my job so easy. But I do have to give a lot of credit to Bethany because Bethany is an actor. So, I was wearing many hats. We just posted a behind the scenes on our Instagram of like how we shot the basement scene of the librarian and Tessa, the walk and talk. And what you see is I have headphones on, I have the pack, so I'm recording two sets of audio. I'm running camera, I'm on the Steadicam, and I'm doing pull focus all by myself. So I'm running all those things. So I'm keeping an eye on technical. So I said, Bethany,
Wow.
you've got to, yeah. So I had a sense of like performance, right? Like I had a very keen sense of like what I wanted out of the actors.
Yeah.
And mostly what they would give was pure gold.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it would just be like, that was great. Could we just try one more like this way? But Bethany had a very good sense of like, I want to try that again. And I want to try it this way just to have it. Right. And so I wouldn't have been able to do it without her. I wouldn't have been able to direct this without her. Because we knew with all the limitations that I was going to be dealing with, like, how could I possibly give very clear direction?
Yeah.
I was very good with blocking and emotion and like, here's the point of this scene.
Yeah.
But then you would come in and Bethany would sort of fine tune things. She would just come in and say something, and there would be a take that's like, holy shit, that's that, like, they would just knock it out of the park
Yeah.
after she just said this one thing, like, butterflies exist on a plane, but they don't exist in space. And then all of a sudden,
Oh, God,
something
I
would
get it
happen. I don't know. It was like actor speak, right?
Yeah.
You know?
God.
But what a benefit to have someone like that.
Thank you.
And then being in it, Aaron.
Oh, you hated those days.
I'm such a brat. I don't like doing. I'm like, I don't want to do this.
I don't want to do more than one take.
Listen, I only acted in this out of pure desperation because we couldn't afford. We looked at our line budget, and I'm like, we can't afford Aaron.
We needed one more actor.
We
and it
just
was
looked at each other, and I was like, shit.
It's you.
I got to do that too. Come on, man. So I said, all right, I know who Aaron is.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I know who he is. You know.
And you did great. I will say, like,
it was fun.
people really have connected to Aaron, I think, because he has the neuroses that so many of us have. And I think, I'm guessing this happens to you guys too, and to you, gentle listeners. You feel like there's at least one person in your life who puts way too much on you and like relies too much on you, and you have to solve all their problems. Yeah. And I feel like Aaron is that guy, and we all feel like we are Aaron every once in a while.
Aaron is perfectly the Gen X to Tessa's Gen Z, right? Like, it's such a real conversation between these two generations. But they truly love each other. Like, they're such good friends. And you know, another spoiler alert, like, when you find out why like what they did and how they fucked that asshole over that they were doing the documentary for, you see like how awesome they are.
Like
rock they're so cool. They're like and it was them versus the world. Like, you realize it's them versus an entire city, an entire team, and that bond is so. I love those two together.
And there's no romance.
No,
like,
it's friendship.
And nothing between them.
And there's nothing creepy either. Like, we wanted just a good dude. Like,
and that's like, that's like a thing that I wanted as a woman, is I want more just good men on TV and in films. Because I went through a period of time where I just truly, like, so many things had happened to me personally, and so many things were happening in the media that I was like, maybe it is true that there really truly are no good men. Like, at my darkest time, I was like, maybe literally biologically every man is bad, and I just need to accept it. And then I started to come out of it, and then I met Dennis, and I was reminded, oh yeah, my dad is amazing. Oh, my brothers-in-law are both amazing. Like, and I just kept thinking, why am I not seeing more of those guys in media? We see all like the asshole boyfriends that you just are like, well, he's just like that. But we really wanted this show to be populated with very good men specifically. And there's not a creep among them. And it doesn't exist in this world. It's like the show Schitt's Creek. One of the rules of that show was that there just isn't bigotry in that town. Like, it's not addressed. They don't need it. Let's build a world where that doesn't exist. And we wanted that with people being good people. Even if they're bad people, they're not creeps. The only creep is spoiler alert,
It's Betsy.
Betsy. But like everyone
Yeah.
else is a good person.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's one funny thing if you watch it on the rewatch. Aaron at the beginning of episode 2 and 3 are the same day.
Yeah.
Aaron's wearing a different sweater in the beginning of episode 2, and then in episode 3 when they're having their phone call and he's like every idea is a bad idea that you're saying or whatever. He's wearing a different sweater because he spilled coffee on his shirt and it's over
It's hanging.
the thing. We filmed it in this room. It's hanging in the back so you could see it. Because I
Oh,
was
nice.
like, he's a mess. Like the phone's going off. He's like, so I was like, how funny would it be if he spilled coffee on his shirt and we
Totally.
threw the shirt in the background and no one's noticed? And I'm like, oh, that's a funny one.
Yeah, that's there for you.
I would love for people to know that that's like what it wasn't a continuity error.
No, he straight up spilled on
Yeah,
himself.
it was
Yeah.
literally like, oh no, he's a mess.
That is awesome.
I'm going to have to watch it for a 5th time now.
Yeah, I'll have to watch
I
that.
got to watch that again.
Please, let's keep us at
For the
number 2.
4th time.
You know,
yeah.
Justin is the reason why we're at number 2.
Yeah,
For all
totally.
these weeks.
Please don't stop watching.
I'm just saying, just don't pull
No.
numbers. I'm not finagling nothing. I'm
No.
really watching this. It's like,
I'm really watching it again. Yeah.
guess I
That's
got to go for number 5 after this.
That's awesome, man.
Like-
That's awesome.
I'll
What's
have to go for number 4.
Yep. Yep.
Yo,
he'll
we
go for-
made this show for you guys. We made the show for people like you. The podcast we're doing after this, it's WASD and beyond. They have the same reaction as you guys. I'm so excited to know that there are people out there that want shows like this, you know, that have meat on the bones, and that it's not just like, oh, another show, let's just forget about it, you know.
Yeah, everything that we did was really intentional, and so we want people to know that if they end the season and they have questions, it's worth theorizing because there's an actual answer.
Right.
We may not ever tell all of the answers, but it's not one of those things where the director's like, oh, I don't know. You know, it was a vibe or whatever. There's answers to everything.
Everything is answered.
We know what the town was like 400 years ago. We know who the governor was, the mayors were. We know how the system works. We know who the city council is and like their vote. I mean, we know all of it.
And the necklace.
And the necklace.
How did the necklace? Why does the creature have the necklace? It's literally answered in the show. It's in the show. It's all there. It's like, so we wanted to create a really cool map for people to figure it out. I had one person who DM'd me and was like, I don't understand a lot of this show. I said, okay, I literally stayed on DM with her and I said, let's pull it apart. What do you not understand? So she was like, I don't get this. And so like I said, well, what happened in this part? And then she started putting it all together and she went, oh my God, I got it. I said, great. I said, now go back and watch it again. And she was like, I am. Oh my God, I'm going to watch it. And then she came back and she was like, okay, I get everything. This is awesome. I love it. So it's like, I was telling Bethany, I was like, you know, I don't know. I hope I have a future as a filmmaker because no one really wants stuff like this. You know, you don't get hired to make stuff like this, you know, and this is the kind of stuff I want to make. Yeah. And
you got a future.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you got
I hope so, man.
No,
I hope so.
you
I
do.
mean, our show is very small and it has a small fan base, but it's growing and I'm seeing it grow.
Mm-hmm.
And in a way, I wish it had a little bit more because it would prove to people that are signing the checks that people actually want this.
Yeah.
So I hope that whoever hires us next understands that like we want to bring this to them and go, hey, trust us. People like this. They want more of it. Like we should give them more of this, you know?
Yeah.
So is there a possibility of a season 2?
I was getting ready to ask that.
I mean, that isn't our choice.
Yeah, it's not our decision.
You know, if our benevolent overlords at Screambox are interested, you know, we're definitely interested. But yeah, that we wish we were the ones who could make that call because, you know, Dennis, for sure, where it goes.
Yeah, so I have a lot of ideas. So, but I have a very solid idea as to where Tessa's story can go. And I also have ideas for Lowry prequels.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of like ambition, you know. it just depends on if people want to write a check for that ambition. So,
Yeah, we'll see.
right. Look, if you guys want a season 2, it's up to you guys to write, to Screambox. I'm not just talking to you guys. I'm talking to everyone out there who, if you love the show, let them know. It's tough not to get buried amongst everything that's coming out. If you look at when we came out, we were up against fucking Superman.
Yeah. I think our trailer dropped the same day that Superman.
Yep. Toxic Avenger
is coming.
So there's
A bunch
been
of
a lot
film
hype.
festivals, like horror film festivals.
Fantasia happened. A lot of buzzy films together came out. So the fact that we even sort of poked through some of that within the horror community is a miracle.
Yeah.
It's a miracle that we've been number 2 and for one brief day beat Terrifier, and we're at number 1 on Screambox, and we're still there, and that's great news. So but it's
we'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah,
that's the long answer.
The world is as big as people want it to be. We have a lot. We can tell many stories.
Yes.
And,
and if we follow Tessa's story, my goal is to every season be a different subgenre of horror. So it would be very cool. It'd be like sort of not X-Files, but it would be like just very different.
Yeah.
It wouldn't, I will say I don't think Tessa's not going to stay in Lowry. Like, I don't want to burst anyone's bubble.
Yeah, that chapter for them.
That's closed.
Yeah.
For me, this was Tessa's origin story. This is Batman Begins.
Yeah.
This is Tessa just learned how to be a detective. And Tessa's such an interesting character to explore and to grow with. I think putting them in different situations is what excites me most.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
All right, Brandon.
I was gonna say the way it ended, it definitely made it seem like this is the end of that chapter.
Yeah.
Yes,
And
exactly.
The way you guys did it was chapters, so it's like a chapter of a book. So this book is over. What's the next book? That's like, as a fan of it, that's what I'm looking forward to. Is like the next book or a prequel to it, because like there is questions. Like I do have questions like along the lines of like, how did this town get like this? And you do get the little bit of a backstory of it, but not as depth as you would like.
Right.
Yeah.
And my question always is, and I have basically the story of Lowry would be told backwards.
Yeah.
I don't want to give too much away, but I have it mapped out. I know exactly how it should go. It should be a trilogy. Trouble with Tessa in the Lowry verse. Trouble with Tessa is the first story, and then it goes backwards. But then Tessa's story continues. So it's 2 diverging paths and 2 different sort of shows.
With one big timeline.
With one big timeline. Yep. Exactly. Exactly.
Awesome. Yep.
And so Tessa goes off and has their own adventures, new adventures.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Which I love, because it's sort of like Nancy Drew kind of thing.
Yeah,
you know?
totally. Yep.
I got that vibe.
Yeah.
That was
right.
I
Nancy
said that.
Drew, X-Files, that kind of thing,
Yep.
right? But Lowry, man, that's a whole other thing, and what it's exciting to think about,
Mm-hmm.
But my question to the audience is, do you want the answers? I always like kind of sitting there going, now that I know it, did I really want it? Did I want the prequel? Did I want to know how it was formed? Like, it was sort of more fun to form it in my head.
It's like, do you want to know how David Copperfield walked through the Great Wall of China? Do you want to know?
Yeah.
Because I guarantee you're going to be disappointed when you find out.
So your show.
Not really. I wouldn't be disappointed. I would like to know.
He hid in the staircase.
So I'm gonna break it down.
Yeah. Okay.
This show was like Lost to me. I was a huge fan of Lost, but I think Lost just kicked me in the balls at the end of it.
Yeah, they screwed the pooch.
Where your show has me basically saying, where do I put my credit card for more? Because I need 2, 3, 4, and 5. Just like
awesome.
I was a huge fan of Wayward Pines on Fox. I
Yeah.
loved the Wayward Pines until they kicked me in the fucking mouth on season 2. That I could not give a fuck less about.
Yeah.
Like, if they just stayed on the path of season 1, I would have been happy. But season 2 was just like Lost to the ending of
Right.
Lost to me.
Yeah.
Well, the
Yeah.
good news is we can go two ways. We can go the Tessa route, and we can go the Lowry route.
Yep.
Both have very strong stories that I think would satisfy horror fans.
For sure.
And now fans of our show. I think that both diverging paths could happen. What I would love to do is, personally, I would love to continue to do Tessa's story and give another Team Lowry story, but showrun it so it stays on the right path.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And write it.
Yeah.
and,
Yeah,
you know.
I think the dream would be to do both.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I think
I was gonna
both-
say do both of them.
Yeah.
because they're very different, and like the fashion is going to be so different in season
Mhm.
2 for Tessa than it would be in the prequels.
Yeah, season 2
Oh,
is
the
like
fashion.
Yeah, season 2. I mean, I already have like little sketches of what I want Tessa to look like and where they are in life, and
Yeah.
it's very
Yeah.
like giallo feel, like very
Yeah.
like tight suit, because Tessa is non-binary, and so like dressing them up
And, like,
androgynous
yeah.
and queer is so cool for me. Like, so I'd put them in a tight suit with a
God, the lapel work is going to be
and
incredible.
a fucking
Yeah.
glove. The glove.
They need a glove now.
One
You
glove
see?
because they're all their hands all fucked up. It's
Yeah.
like, so for me, Tessa season 2. As we continue Tessa's story, that's fucking Empire Strikes Back, man. That's not. It's gonna get dark. It's not. Gonna all of the sort of fun stuff in the first one. At like those first 2 episodes, like the quirkiness of it is gone, man. There's a different tone in season 2, but we still want to keep the cliffhangers, the horror, the subgenre of horror that I want to explore. Keep the story, the characters. Everything is still going to be tight as fuck.
Yep, totally. Yep.
And then Lowry's story would be, it's real cool. What we want to do with that.
Yeah.
That's very cool to sort of go backwards, right? So by season 3 of Lowry, you're like, it's the witch.
It's the Vavitch.
Yeah.
Now we've reached the portion of the show where everybody goes and watch this fucking show, so I can get a season fucking 2.
2.
All right.
Yes, we need more.
Streaming on Screambox, streaming everywhere. We need a fucking season 2.
Yeah.
All right, Brandon, you
thank
want to
you,
ask
guys.
them the important question?
Yeah, this is our wrap up question, like we always ask everybody. If you guys had a unlimited budget, as directors, what would you guys do with it? Would you guys do a movie or another TV series? What would you guys do with it?
I would hands down do all of what we just said.
Yeah, I would do
yes.
season 2. I would do the Trouble with Tessa 2, more Tessa, Tokyo Drift, 2 Tessa, 2 serious. And then I would do, and that would be like a proper, like 20 episodes, like an hour each,
Yes.
giant cruise.
There you go.
And then we would also I would want to do like an anthology prequel of Lowry. So like each episode in the season or 2 is a different pocket of Lowry.
And bonus, I would like to do the prequels, the Lowry prequels, but bonus, like to piggyback on that, what I would do is do another separate thing called Lowry Stories, where we find out why was the bartender in this town? What did he do in the city? So they're like short films of like the trouble that they got in that landed them in Lowry.
Yep.
Like, I would love to explore all those and like connect all those.
What happened to Robert's family?
It's really cool when you stumble upon worlds like this as a creator, because of course I want to continue this.
Yeah.
It's so cool. To find characters like this and stories like this, it's a gift as a creator. Like it's a gift that can keep on giving. So I would put all my money on this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
So if you want to slide me the high ups of email addresses, I'll drop this episode in their box for them. Don't worry about it. I got you. Don't worry.
Don't make that happen.
Go yell at the Screambox higher ups. Respectfully. No,
Yell
we're
with
very,
love and passion.
We're so grateful for them.
Totally.
For what they did for us. I mean, this was huge. A big shout out to our social media peeps over at Screambox too. They're amazing. Those two ladies are amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, would I love to do a season 2.
Yeah.
All those things I would love to do.
Yeah. We love these people in this world, so we hope that other people are enjoying it too.
So everybody take their paychecks out, buy Screambox subscription, and watch this fucking show.
Yeah,
Because as I
take
said,
2 hours out of your busy schedule.
busy
and
day of
watch-
eating ice cream and whatever, and watch this show.
Yeah,
That's it.
You can eat ice cream while you're watching it.
You totally
Yeah.
can.
Maybe
We-
not
we
during the
have.
last episode, but
I ate spaghetti when I watched the last episode. I don't give a
That's
yeah,
messed
fuck.
up. Good for you. You got a strong stomach, my friend.
you watch Nightmare on Elm Street 1 when he cuts himself
Yep.
up.
Yeah,
Spaghetti.
all of them.
Spaghetti.
Yeah.
yeah. This man almost threw up on my floor the other week.
Yeah, we'll talk
We'll
about
talk
that later.
about that after we're done.
Yeah.
Where can everybody follow you?
On Instagram, I am at Ms. Bethany Watson, MS Bethany Watson. I'm on Blue Sky.
You love Blue Sky.
I do my unhinged ramblings on Blue Sky because I have like 20 followers. So
Never heard of that.
About to be 21.
thank you. Or BethanyWatson.com for all your Bethany Watson needs.
I'm Dennis Cahlo on everything, but I'm most active on Instagram. I'm barely on X. I'm barely on Blue Sky. My life was I've been a photographer, so Instagram is my thing.
Yeah.
And I just
okay.
love the platform. So
Yeah.
that's where I'm at. But yeah, DennisCallo.com, at Dennis Cahlo on everything.
And
Yeah.
watch his videos on his walks too, like I do.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Dude, you can watch him. Thank you.
Sam,
Yeah.
did you recognize the path that he's walking on from the show?
Yes, I did.
It's the
Yo.
same.
And one more quick fun fact. The degloving scene, we filmed that in our backyard.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's our backyard.
If
dude.
you move the camera a little to the right, you would see our roof.
Yeah.
Just like
Oh, that's awesome.
yeah.
We had to stop a couple of takes because that one shot of Tessa, like looking, like when we're looking up at Tessa, it was because there were too many cars going by in the background. We were like, just shoot it from below.
That's hilarious.
Nice.
Yeah, dude.
Thank you again for joining us. I appreciate
Oh.
you.
Oh, thank
Appreciate
you.
Thank you guys.
This
You guys
is
are awesome.
such a pleasure.
Thank you for the support of the
Hey.
show. Like it
Yeah.
means a ton to us. Like you have no idea
Yeah.
how much it means to us.
Anytime you guys want to come back, you guys are more than welcome to come back.
Yeah.
Happy to come back, man. Hopefully if we get a season 2 and if you like it,
Yeah. If you
hopefully
don't,
we won't have to send you a cease and desist.
No more cease and desist, all right?
Yeah, no.
gonna-
We're good.
Give me your address. I'm gonna give you a fake one.
Yeah,
I'm
we're-
gonna print it out on like a dot matrix printer.
yeah, sign it in blood.
As
Sign
long
the
as you
blood.
sign it, I'm putting it on my wall. I don't give a fuck.
Hell
Oh,
yeah,
yeah. If it's signed, it's going up
Going
on the wall somewhere.
brother. It's coming.
You guys are fantastic.
Thank you,
really.
guys.
Thank you for helping keep this show alive and
Yeah,
going. Really.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Thank
No
you very
problem.
much.
Yeah.